Hey guys, welcome to We're Not on Drugs, We Promise. I am your host, and he is your lovely, wonderful, beautiful co-host, and let's begin. So I wanted to take this time and talking about relationships and breakups and friendships and so Zay,
Yeah.
what is your thoughts on this
Um,
topic?
well, it really depends on exactly what you mean by thoughts. Uh,
I mean,
Fun stuff. I'm currently in a new relationship after getting out of one a little bit ago. We're doing pretty good.
okay. Okay. So I was just wondering if you would be willing to tell about like the types of relationships that you've been in and a couple of those stories.
Sure. Um, oh God, I don't think anyone listens to this podcast, so that's good. Um, so I'm trying to think. I've been in not really been that serious. They've just been more like, hey, let's just hang out and have sex. That's been the entire situation. Um, Recently with my new boyfriend, we've started, sneaking out at night and hanging out together, and that's been pretty fun. But I'm low key concerned because one of my exes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, the relationship I got out of recently was probably only like my second or third like serious relationship. It was fucking hard getting out of that. She was hard, which is probably why I got in a relationship so quick, was to cope. But your stories and such.
Yeah, most of my relationships have gone pretty much, let's get, I like you like me, so let's start dating. And then after a while, it's just like one of us is like, okay, it's either one of us would, it's just after a while, one of us would break up with the other for no real reason.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah, and
some of the in some relationships I get into, it's just I get into them to cope with the last relationship I was in.
yeah, and from what I know, all your relationships have been long distance, and I know that shit sucks. So I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm currently not in a long distance relationship. Thank fucking God. But they work out sometimes. But
Yeah. Yeah. I mean
I
it
just
does.
I personally just don't like them.
So what would like do you want to tell a few of the stories on some of your relationships?
Yeah, I have a funny story or two. Um, Trying to think. Oh, um, with one of my exes, his name was also Zane. When I was with him, it wasn't a serious relationship, and we never had sex. It was just like, oh yeah, like whatever. Um, but one day I was taking his bus to his house so we could hang out, and it was the first time I had ever taken his bus. And he was like, "Oh, just so you know, I told everyone on my bus that like I only date you because I feel bad for you, but that's not true, I promise." And in that moment, I was like, "Okay, this isn't gonna work."
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I have another story. I have so many fucking stories. I'm trying to sort through them in my brain. There's one story, I think it was with Jax actually, and it was before we got together, and I was sleeping over at his house, and I remember I was having a really rough night that night with my depression, and I was just like so depressed and so sad for no reason. And so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I demand cuddles to hopefully cheer me up. And so I crawled into his bed and we were just cuddling, having a good time. And then the next fucking morning, my mother came to pick me up and he's like, and he mentioned that we cuddled. And my mother looked at me and was like, I swear to God. My mother just gave me a I will fucking kill you look because he's a decent age gap away from me. Still ended up dating him, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was fine with it once she got to know him more, but she gave me a look like, I'm gonna kill you.
Anywho's, I, so do you want to talk about our time?
Oh, when we used to date?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, because
Um,
I was thinking we could tell the story on like how we met and how it all started from our point of views, and we'll start with
yeah.
yours and go
Okay.
on.
So I think it was a weekend, and Jax was over at my house. And at the time, Jax and I had like barely, because we had just broken up and gotten back together. And I was talking with my sister on the phone, and she was like, "Oh yeah, there's this like dude that I'm talking to, but like my mother would kill me." She knew I was talking to him, and so I was like, "Okay, I'll just pretend he's like one of my friends, and maybe she won't kill you that way." And so she introduced me to Matthew, and I immediately was like, "Okay, this dude's cute." And I started dropping jokes like, "You could be our third," and like things like that. And within maybe an hour of talking, he was our third.
Well, that's not the way I remember. So,
How do you remember it?
how I remember it is it was a normal day, and I was in the car, and I was just texting my friend, see who's on. And then I come across this person, a friend of mine who I haven't spoke to in a while. So like, hey, how's it hanging? How you doing? And they're like, fine. And then I was like, so would you want to call? And they're like, sorry, can't. And I was like, all right, that's fine. And they were like, I wish I could, but my parents would kill me if I did. And then I was like, all right, it's fine. It's totally fine. And then they were like, hold on, I got an idea. Let me contact my brother and see if I could see if he could do me a favor. And then about an hour or so later, they get back in touch with me and like, okay, contacted my brother and let me introduce you. And then I was like, all right. And then I get on a call with them, and then Zane here. Me, Zane, and everyone's talking, having a nice time. And then just like after, and then me and Zane are just talking. Well, technically me, Zane, and Jax are just talking, and it's just us three. And then Zane goes, "Okay, you are in a relationship with us now. Deal with it." So that's how I remember it.
Yeah, that's practically how it went. Yeah, that's very accurate.
Oh yeah.
That's very, very accurate. But I remember I was zooted out of my fucking mind during that conversation. And so the entire time my brain was going, oh, they know I'm high. I was zooted out of my fucking mind. It was crazy.
and I can't remember. Was that before or after? I think that was before. I think that was. I think I met you before I started smoking weed.
Aw,
That's the
I'm
thing.
pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I remember you called me the first time you got high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any stories of like past relationships and such, or
I
I don't
don't have
want to reopen the
any.
wound of what's happened recently with your boyfriend,
See,
but
I don't have any good relationship stories.
aw.
They're all just bad. They're all just bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't feel like
uh,
today we need to reopen the wound of what happened with your boyfriend unless you want to.
no, I'm totally fine with
Okay.
it. So, like, okay, how long do you want to stretch this out for? Like,
Maybe like half an hour or longer.
half an hour or longer? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anywho, I was dating this one person and recently, and their mother basically broke us up. Long story short. So,
Yeah.
so, so yeah.
Yeah. Um, oh my God. So I have this necklace that Jax gave me, and it's like one of those you like put the two necklaces together and it like makes this cute little thing. And since we broke up, it's just stayed there and has not moved. And it, I don't like seeing it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to like burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm currently staring at it right now, just debating what to do with it.
Mm. Hey, yo, I guess this would be the point. If anyone's listening to this at all, contact us through the Instagram, which would be in the description, and
You made a fucking Instagram?
DM the Instagram. Yes, I did, but DM the Instagram account, and I will respond. But just I guess you could DM the Instagram account with what you think Zane should do with the necklace.
Yes. Or new podcast episode ideas?
Or any new podcast episode ideas, like topics to talk about. So yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, we totally need to make an episode on being furries.
Ooh.
I'm gonna start a furry podcast. Get like a couple of my furry friends together and start a furry podcast.
Eh.
That would be amazing and you
But
can't deny it.
no, like yeah, it would be.
The chaos of like 8 furries.
Yeah. Which that reminds me of a story where one of my friends, there's a dude in his class who's transgender, going from male to female, and then also they're a furry.
Aw.
And my friend got put in detention for quote unquote bullying when all he did was show the furry a picture of a furry hunting license.
That could still be considered bullying in some form, I guess, but at the same time, like, ugh, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
But also, never mind, I'm not bringing up that topic today.
Okay. Oh, is there any like breakups that you would be willing to talk about on here?
Oh, yeah, sure. Um, so with one of my exes, the majority of the relationship was just sex, not gonna lie. And I was not really happy with that. And at the same time, I was also dealing with feelings for other people. And so, and at one point, I was cheating because I'm a terrible person. and I decided to break up with the other person that, okay, Jax, and I stayed with the person I was dating at the time, and then out of nowhere, changed my mind, and I'm so fucking lucky that he was willing to take me back because oh my god, if he didn't,
Ah,
I would have been fucked because I
yeah,
crave attention.
I can't, like, same here, kinda.
Yeah, I crave attention. I need it constantly.
Uh, I, I like attention, and I also very much am, I guess you would say, desperate for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sorry, humans just entered the house.
Ah, it's, yeah, mm,
Yes.
there's, uh, there's not really much to talk about on this topic. Usually there's a
Yeah.
lot to talk about on a topic. Like, okay, friendships, I guess I guess we could go there.
Okay, so I have to go because some shit just came up. But I think we should just end the episode here, and maybe we can make a part two.
Yeah, we could end it here and make a part two in the future. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very short episode. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And before I end it, I like to put a quick little message here for a specific person named Emo Boy that if you are listening, mm, me and Kyrex, me and Kyrex are dating now. So yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Me and them are now dating.
Okay.
So yeah. So anywho, hope everyone has a wonderful day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.